FRAAN,
How you doing, brother?
how are you, bro?
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah?
I'm glad to be here,
Good
man.
to have you here, my friend. It's been a while.
It's been a year.
It's been exactly a year.
Exactly a year.
Yeah, man. So we've been planning this for a couple of weeks, and I've been kind of following your stuff a little bit more than usual. Dude, you're kind of like taking over in the NFT space in the way of music in Perth, bro.
Man, I knew you were going to go straight into NFTs.
Oh,
Hey?
for sure.
You're going to go straight there.
For sure.
Well, I'll be honest, man. I seen this. I was telling my homeboys the other day, I was like, there was that Bitcoin wave that's happened in, I think 2010 or 13. I had no idea about it. I missed that wave. And now that I see there's a wave for NFT, I was like, I got to hop on, man. I'm an artist and it works hand in hand. So that's my route. I'm hopping on. That's me now. Call me NFT FRAAN.
NFT FRAAN?
NFT FRAAN,
That's
bro.
you.
That's me, bro.
That's you, man.
That's me now.
So on the NFT front of things, are you finding it's like a little bit like treacherous? Are you like, is there much competition like in that? Because you're the only one that I've seen that's really been finding these like visual pieces and then attaching your audio to it.
Correct. Yes.
And that's been insane because like your way of putting things together audibly is almost reminiscent of like a way a composer would put things together in a movie.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel something when I hear an NFT, which is weird because they're normally visual.
Yes.
And now I'm getting an emotional feeling. So how do you try and like, how do you capture that when you go into it? So the one that I love most about yours so far is the John Wick walking bubble guy.
Yes.
And he's got the guns. How did you come up with like those tones and stuff?
Man, it's a trip for me because when I sit down, I actually don't think a lot. I just let it flow. And that's one thing that I pride myself on doing in music is that if I'm doing something, the thought needs to be removed. So I remove the thought out of this whole process. I sit down and I look at, okay, what is this about? What can I bring into it? Obviously, it's a John Wick sequel, right? It's a John Wick inspired NFT. So I was like, all right, you know what? I can bring up some few pieces, cut up a few things. And then it's just, you know, what does the beat feel? And luckily, my sister, I have someone who can listen as well. So I get really caught up in my process after I'm doing it and whatnot. So I can then step back and be like, okay, what do you guys think about this? And then those opinions are very valid to me. And before you know it, magic happens.
Yeah. So you do use other people's reflections?
Yeah, because they can hear something that I can't hear. I'm almost like too deep into the rabbit hole when I'm doing my work.
Okay.
And my perception is very limited. So it's very perfect when other people can step out and be like, oh, try this sound, try that.
Yeah, okay. So on that, like what would you ask the questions or would you wait for a response? Would you show them the thing, like the NFT first?
Yeah. So
and then you would wait for a response like, oh, this would be kind of like this sound or like
100%. Sometimes what I do is I pick something that I'm already inspired by. Right. I pick it. Then I proceed to do what I do. So I go about, pick some few sounds. Halfway through the process, I stop, I get someone to listen to it. Sometimes it's just absolutely trash. I'll be honest with you. Because the thing is, you know, you really get to hear the final product on the Instagram. So, and the behind the scenes is a lot of trial and error. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that shit. Scrap. But it's usually around 70% where I stop, I show someone, they're like, okay, this is cool, but you're not fully portraying the idea. So then what I do is I grab Foley effects, sound bites, and that really just puts the icing on the cake.
Yeah, okay. So with, where do you see it going? Like, where is it going?
My whole concept was just, I was inspired. It wasn't meant to go anywhere in this whole scheme of NFT things. I was just inspired to see that people are creating these projects for NFT, right? And it looks awesome, but it's almost like it's missing something. And this is where I step in. It's the sound aspect. So I was just really inspired to create something. It didn't have to go anywhere. Luckily, it got some attraction. I get whitelisted, you know, they see it and they're like, okay, you won competitions and whatnot.
Perfect.
And I'm thankful for that.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
What competitions did you win?
So it's just fan art competition. So within these Discord servers, they have fan art competitions. I just post it up. People like it. They're like, yo, you win like a VIP access to our project.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Nice.
I'll take it.
So have you been having much of a response from the owners of these companies?
One owner, yes. One owner for sure. I ideally would like to actually make this whole game project sound.
What's the owner?
Clementine.
Shout out to Clementine.
Shout out to Clementine.
That's awesome.
Ideally, I want to just step in and actually work on sound designing for games. That would be dope. But I got so much on my plate right now. One step at a time.
Yeah, you do. You've got quite a bit, and we're about to go into a lot of it.
Absolutely,
dude.
Absolutely.
So your studio, you've been pumping out some pretty insane sounding records at the moment, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
So your own stuff above others that I will talk about or ask you about. But What's Love? That song, man, I wasn't expecting that to come out of you because I've been in the studio with you a lot.
Yeah.
With Corey. I just didn't see that level of. I don't want to say talent because that's an understatement. It's because you've worked for it.
All right.
Right. So like, it's expertise.
I appreciate it. You
smashed. It was your beat. It's your lyrics. It's your melodies.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. I don't know where the fuck it came from, man. That's sometimes, they say, God kind of like steps in here and does his music process. And I believe in it to an extent, but I've put my work in. I'm not going to take that aspect away from me. I have put in work in. And fortunately enough, I had the privilege of working with artists in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That helps a lot. Like being a producer and hearing other artists and how they maneuver, it's almost like a cheat code for me. I step back, I look at the situation, and I'm like, all right, this is how they sound. I don't have to step in the fire again if I know it's already hot in that sort of perspective, right? There's a lot of trial and errors that they've done. I can just put it to a side and I can move forward. So it's been a blessing, man. And it's just the first song right now. We'll see how it goes.
That's your first song?
Absolutely.
Whoa. Straight out of the gate with a banger.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Dude, it is a banger.
I appreciate it.
It is awesome. You can dance to it. You can groove to it. It's thuggy.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got everything going for it. I know a lot of girls that love it. I know a lot of guys that love it.
Awesome.
I play it daily.
Awesome. Let's do it.
It's a really good song. I want to know where are you going though? Like you dropped that song.
Yeah.
You started as a producer. You didn't start as a singer. Or did you?
Man, the story is just a young man just trying to express himself in this life. That's the philosophical story. But how I started was actually, yes, as a producer. I learned the skill set on how to produce. Homeboy Raj knows all about it. We started with just loop packs, FL. You know what? Shout out to FL, man. Sooner or later, they're going to have to sponsor me. Sooner or later, man. Yes. Shout out to FL. It's done me wonders. But I started as my main priority was producing, learning the software inside out. Once we got that out the gate, I knew there was more to this expression, right? I was like, okay, look, I'm producing, but it's not enough. Like I need to vocalize things. And it's, you have those sessions when you get with the boys, you're in a circle and you're freestyling, you're just loving life. Naturally came out this sort of expression in me, this freestyle. And I was like, all right, cool, I need to put this on the mic. And years on years, we just practiced and we're still practicing to this day. So that's really how the story came about.
So are you going to continue along the lines of like progression with your singing? Are you going to is there any chances or talks of like an album or anything like that in the future?
In the future, yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
In the future, for sure.
Awesome.
At this moment, no, not at this moment, because there's a few more things I need to get it dusted, because I can't see myself put a project out if I can't understand how it's going to play out from the beginning to the end, right? Or else it'll just be a bunch of tracks put together, and I don't really resonate with that sort of mentality. So my whole purpose right now is to help the artists around me. They have projects and they have a vision. So I'd rather cater towards that first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So for your overall vision, what do you want to do in terms of your artistry? Like, are you planning on continuing just to be on the forefront of your producer life for the time being until that? Or are you going to continue down the NFT line? Or you get like, what is it? Is it a combination? Because like for looking from the outside in, there's so much opportunity with you, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like Raj knows this as well.
Yeah.
That there's like untold opportunity because you can see things that I think other people are lagging on because they're trying to almost fit into the whole aspect of what the music industry has been and not what the industry music is going to be. Right. And that's kind of like, that's third eye vision, man. Like, you know, and and on that third eye vision stuff, man, you've been on a bit of a growth path recently as well. And they're coming from a friend standpoint, man.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit about that because when I first met you, there was a thing with me and I was like, wow, I look up to that guy because you were just you. You know, there was no bullshit. There was no dressing it up. There was no you knew who I was or anything like that. It was just you and me having a conversation. And I appreciated that so much. And since then, we've kept communication.
Of course.
Since then. But like we've kind of been growing on our own and finding our own path and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been hustling down the side of not so much, I would say creativity is a massive part of it, but I think more the business line of things. And where you're going is down a whole different rabbit hole. Like, I've learned things from people in the past and I take that knowledge and then I apply it to now and that's how I move forward.
Yeah.
With a vision in mind where you're looking into something like the future, which requires an insane imagination, and then an insane amount of hope.
Absolutely, hope. That's definitely a big factor there. Yeah,
and it's instilling a lot of hope within me for the industry in Perth because you're jumping ahead.
I don't know about the whole jumping ahead, man, because I'm not keeping tally. I'm not keeping scores. I am competing with myself every day. Every day is the same battle of, okay, this is where I'm at, where I want to be. This is where I'm at, where I want to be. And if that leads into me goddamn being an actor, cool, I'll do that. You know, I think this whole bubble of what do you want to do? Do you want to be a producer, artist, fucking janitor and shit? Like that whole talk is beside me because I'm just willing to express. If the NFT door opens, okay, cool, I'll do that. If this opens, I'll do that because it gives me a way to express myself, right? The moment that I can't express myself because there's doors that are locked in, that's where I'm fucked. I'm done. So the future, yes, it's bright. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but I understand one thing, that if things come by, you can't second guess it. Just give it a shot. Worst comes to worst, it goes to shit. But the best case scenario, it doesn't go to shit and I'm the one laughing to the bank.
Truth. Jumping on it when it's available. Yeah. On that, going back to the growth thing though, you said I've talked to you recently and you said you've been dabbling into transcendental meditation.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Man, I don't even know too much about it. That's the thing. I've been researching it. I've been looking into it. Shout out to AZD. He's the one who has recommended this technique.
Shout out AZD.
I don't know much about it because I can't actually find a facility that does it here, right? And apparently you need a facility to go and get the proper techniques and the proper structure to do it, right? So the best thing I can do is look up online and just look up some mentors that have been speaking about it. It's the best thing I've been doing. It's helped, But I know that as soon as I go to the facility and they teach me the proper techniques to do the actual meditation technique itself, then it's a game changer.
Have you done them?
I've just done the techniques that I've been reading online.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's enough, because what it is, right, is it's meant to be a mantra that they tell you. So obviously you sit down in a comfortable situation, you relax, and then they teach you a mantra, something that you say inside your head, right? And you're meant to say this over and over again. And what happens is that you go deeper and deeper into a thought state where pretty much the thought actually breaks down. The concept of thought, it breaks down into your head and things become very calm. Your nervous system calms down. You go throughout your day with almost a new level of energy that you wouldn't. Because a lot of people get stressed, right, over just unnecessary stuff, because their nervous system is so shocked. It's just ready to just stimulate. It's ready to just pounce. Transcendental meditation is the opposite. It allows you to calm down. It's like an arrow being at its peak before it releases. That's how you're operating. So it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So, and I can't wait to just find a facility here that I can go and study under.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any facilities in Perth that offer that kind of activity, hit him up.
Bro, for sure. Let's get the gang on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone needs to get on it.
So you've done a little bit at home though, or?
I do my version.
Yeah, no. Like, that's what I'm asking. I understand that 100% because I had a conversation when I was interning back in the day at this float center place. We were talking about breath and what it meant to us, and pretty much how to break through into like jumping across from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system. So how to break into your parasympathetic. And the debate was whether or not you should hold the breath or release the breath straight away. It was a random debate. There was no need for it. But the point that I took away from it was everybody's going to do it differently.
Yeah. And
it's not for you to judge yourself on how you do it. Yeah. It's more just, is this working? Is it? Yes, no.
Yeah.
If it is, continue. If it's not, try it another way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I found when I was meditating, and I'm not going to lie, I have been lagging a lot recently, you know. But like that it's bound to happen in life. We have ups and downs and stuff. Yeah, variability in life obviously takes into account. We're always going to have crazy ups and downs. So when you do have those moments and then you get back into it, it's kind of like a self-apology. Like, sorry, I haven't been here for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
100%. I don't miss a day, bro.
You don't miss a day?
I don't miss a day because if I miss a day, my day's pretty much starting to get ruined. I could see it, right? Obviously, okay, look, I've maybe missed one day, but that's me analyzing it and be like, okay, look, I've missed a day. I saw my day decline, or I saw me starting to react to certain things that I wouldn't necessarily react to. Right. It's just taking that time. They call it self-care. It sounds a bit weird when you say self-care, right?
Yeah, self-care is a little bit like, you're about yourself a bit too much. Right.
Because like but
it's the opposite of that, really.
It really is, man. I'm taking the time before like I'm going to step out and do my service to the world. I'm taking the time to cultivate myself, build myself mentally, physically, whatever it is, right? So when I do step out, I'm ready. You never know what kind of challenges are about. You don't know if someone's going to say something wrong to you. You're going to get a phone call that's going to be messed up. A project's going to go wrong. You never know, right? But I'm doing my best to control my circumstance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's all. That's like to give service to that's an interesting way to put it, man. To be of service to the public.
Yeah.
Just in how you portray yourself, right? How you hold yourself in a daily way. Yeah, that's interesting because you can go into the world Joe Rogan talks about this, right? And I do like quote him a lot because I do listen to him a lot, and he's the inspiration of as to why I'm doing this, because he gets to talk about what he likes and what he wants to do, and I like to talk. So
yeah,
here we
no,
go.
you do.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. So the quote is, when you're, it just flew out of my head.
Meditation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. I got you, bro. I got you.
So when you're in your flow state, that like there's a lot of things that can like pull you back from your flow state. And if you see yourself more as an empty battery, right? So like when you go through life, you get powered up by a lot of things, right? Yeah. So like you can be negatively powered up, you can be positively powered up.
Correct.
And whether or not you are conscious of it, it definitely affects how you hold yourself in your day-to-day.
Absolutely.
Now, people that operate with a full battery, like a full battery, think of like a car battery, and the terminals on top, they're like completely like leaking and they're rusty, and you know, like it's bubbling at the top because they've got a full battery. They're just operating like under pressure.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With exercise, meditation, healthy diet, healthy social life, being able to laugh, all of these things, even having the opportunity to be musical, be creative. You don't even need to be musical. You can be creative, like draw a picture, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever just drains your battery. So you're operating with like, if I get this person's energy, like, because I'm like, a lot of people will say, hey, I'm an empath. I take your energy and, you know, I'll run. Right. I think that's an excuse. Yeah. I think that's because you've got a leaky battery and they're just like not taking fucking accountability for what they're doing. Right. Facts. But if we all just took accountability for ourselves, we wouldn't have all of these crazy ideas that we have. We would be self-reflective. We would be looking at, hey, like maybe I could do this differently. Maybe if I didn't approach this person with the mood that I acquired from the last person that I had a negative interaction with, maybe if I just was conscious of how I am with this next interaction, I could improve somebody's day rather than making it more negative.
100%.
And then in turn, making my life more positive, my life more creative, my life more happy, because it's impossible to be creative when you're unhappy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's hard, man. I've tried to do it when I'm unhappy, and it's almost like I'm trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel and the barrel's just empty, right? I don't know what the hell I'm scraping. But when I'm filled with appreciation and love, those two are the main ingredients right now for me that I'm practicing, is appreciation and love. If I'm filled with that, I'm not running out of anything. I could just continuously give, right? I can continuously give and it just keeps recharging because I am under that spell. I'm under that concept of I'm appreciative of everything I have. I'm loving everything I'm doing, right? And it keeps me grounded. It keeps me, it just keeps my creativity level on board. And it keeps the people around me sane. You don't want to walk around with someone who's just ticking off every day. You say something, they get pissed off. They're already pissed off. You got a tippy-toe around them. I don't like. What's the point of that?
Sorry for those people, man.
Oh man, what even is that? Like, but I can understand that, how that led. I can understand how that came about, right? And it's my job not to continue this cycle, because it's a cycle, right? Let's say I had a shit day, and then I bring it to you. And then because let's say you're not consciously aware of any sort of practice. So then now you take my shit feelings and my shit habits and now you put it onto someone else. And this is how you got the train of just shitty behavior happening, because no one has been conscious enough or aware enough to pause and be like, okay, this person's having a bad day. I'm going to step aside. I got to reflect on this shit and I'm not going to push it out. They stop the cycle. It's really just a cycle game here.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's constantly in rotation.
Constantly in rotation, bro.
And if we have more positive rotations, that would almost be like a snowball effect.
100%.
We would be living in the butterfly effect, you know, when butterfly flaps its wings in Russia and we get an explosive volcano in Fiji or something.
100%.
What if everyone treated everybody nicely and everybody had happy interactions?
It's hard though. You know, it's hard.
Hard is relative though, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's like how hard is it to make a beat?
Depends. Have you just started? If you've just started,
it's relative.
It's relative, exactly. If you've just started a process, a principle, an idea, you're gonna go through the ups and downs, no doubt. It gets easier. It gets much easier, right? So now, for example, let's just use the beat, for example. I can make a beat in 10 minutes, right? But it took me...
Did you want a water or something?
No, I'm good, man. This is good.
Yeah. You like the gin?
Yeah, this is good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the gin.
Nice.
But see, now I can make a beat in 10 minutes, but it took me years upon years to be able to make a good beat in 10 minutes, right? I'm just using just relative numbers here. Took me years to do that. And you can't just foreshadow and just put aside the fact that it took these trial and errors. But I'm persistent and I'm determined. If I'm under a concept and I'm under a lifestyle, I'm going to go through it. Yeah, so with this appreciation and with this cycle that we're talking about, yeah, I fucked up many times, right? My family is the perfect example of me using it as an excuse to be like, oh no, I could swear, I could just like, piss them off, I could talk shit because they're my family, right? But then you understand, okay, hold on. Why am I not doing this with other people? Because sometimes if you're around other people, you're a bit more conscious, and then around your family, you think you could just let it go out and you could just let your emotions just hang around and shit. So I started with my family. I started to clean that communication line as much as possible. And it's tough because if you're with someone for many years, you have this habit of speaking to each other a certain way or like getting triggered a certain way. It's definitely tough. So I've made it now a priority. Before I go out into the world and treat them properly, I got to treat the people I care about first. Friends, family, these people need to get sorted. They need to be cultivated, nourished. Once that's done, then I could go out into the world and be like, okay, now you receive my love. Now you receive my appreciation. Or it doesn't make sense after that, Facts.
Yeah. It's almost like you're cultivating it everywhere, but making sure home's right first.
Home needs to be right first. Because the moment I'm good over there, but I'm not good home, what am I? Like what's even the point of that? They need to understand. Because then once they get the change, they're like, okay, man, this guy's changed. The way he's communicating. And really the biggest change you can get, and AZD taught me, the biggest change you can get is through the communication, right? Let's say you haven't met someone for many years, and then you finally link up. The first thing you realize, besides their haircut, their body change, is the way they communicate. Once that's changed and you realize it, you're like, okay, this is a different person. You're now more receptible to be like, this person has changed because their communication line has changed. The way they speak, the way they interact, the way they're responding to you or they're listening to you, that's changed. So that needs to start at the root. And it starts with me, then it starts with my family, friends, and then the outside society. Yeah.
Have you noticed its impact on your music?
Big time. Big time. I used to get really frustrated if I couldn't come up with something.
For real?
For real, man. In the booth, it's me against me, like it always is. We're speaking right now, it's dope, but I end up going home, again, it's me against me again.
Of course.
Right? So when it came to the creative, the music side.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. Right now, it's me against me too.
100%.
Every time I do a podcast, I'll watch it and I've got to stop doing it, but I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, I need to get better on that. I say like too many times or I'll...
Right.
It's a constant.
Same with me. Like right now, I'm trying to battle the fact that it's cold and it's hitting me and I'm shivering. My body's shivering, right?
Oh, dude.
No. No, but it's a good challenge for me. I'm shivering. I'm like, okay, I need to keep my composure.
You're here for a podcast, not an ice bath.
Like, we need an ice bath, man. I need to get into one of those ice baths. 100%. I've been doing sauna, by the way.
Have you?
Yeah, man. I've been doing sauna for like, I did it last week about 4 times.
Where are you doing it?
It's a place in Osborne Park.
Right.
I believe it's a private gym. The owner it's his gym.
What's his name? Dan.
No,
not his name. The
place.
The gym, yeah.
I think it's called Infrared Gym, Infrared Sauna, one of those. I looked it up online.
We'll look it up after and we'll drop a link for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
But it was dope. It was such a wonderful experience because I was reading somewhere, I used to do a lot of substance, like the good shit, smoke weed, yada yada yada, and
That's fine, bro. I'm stoned as fuck
there you go.
right now.
The homeboys on it. But I decided to have a conscious, idea of I need to stop. So I made a conscious awareness of like, okay, I need to stop. I wanted to stop because I wanted to, maneuver myself differently.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hard because it didn't allow me to stop because my body would have these cravings or these things, right? So I had to do the sauna. 4 days, 5 days. I got in there 30 minutes, sweat it all out. And I just feel like a different beast, man. I feel like a different animal. Whoever hasn't done sauna and is going through it doesn't have to even be substance. It could just be chemicals in food, all this shit that we eat, what you breathe. It just stores up in your body over many years. So once you take the time to go into a sauna and release all the sweat, it is like heaven.
Are you, sorry, just changing the polar on this.
Yeah.
Are you using infrared sauna or is it just standard hot box sauna? Is it like...
Man, I don't even know the difference.
So
is there
like
a difference?
infrared sauna is like, it'll have a red light in the roof and there won't be like one of those boxes with the coals on the wall.
Right.
That's an infrared where there's black panels and then there's a red light. But then there's regular sauna,
Right.
which is it comes from like a heater that's on the wall that has coals in it.
Right. No, this is infrared.
Oh, so it's infrared sauna.
But it's just like, it's like a blue light. He's got like a blue light on top.
Interesting. So it's like a UV kind of infrared.
Yeah.
Whoa, I haven't heard of that. I wonder what the benefits of UV light.
I don't know, man.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, I just know it burnt the shit out of me. It was good.
Did it?
Yeah, it fucked me up, man.
So you do that every day? 4 times a week, you said, right?
I did it consecutively for 4 times a week.
For how long?
Just about a week, man.
Oh, so only the week, yeah.
Because usually I would do it once every month, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because I needed to have a more intense. And I still, to be honest with you, I still don't think 4 times a week is enough. I probably need to do it for like a month straight, like back to back, right? Because we're talking years and years of just substance, just like going in and out this body, right? Like we need to have some
You've
like...
had some fun.
Yeah, for sure, man. We've had fun. But now, now that you make the decision to change, your body's like, bro, I still have all these things stored up in your fat tissue cells.
Of course.
Right? So the best...
I think it's only a month though for the THC to be out of your system.
Potentially. Not the acid though.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what that binds
it's
to.
It's usually the acid that you want to get rid of.
Of course. Yeah.
That motherfucker stays in there for at least like years, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely, man. It stays in there for years.
I think I've read a couple of things on that where they've tested people's hair and then, there's been like coarse amounts of LSD inside of hair from like 10 years ago from like really long hair.
100%.
Yeah, that's insane.
I don't even know who the fuck created acid, but that shit stays in your system for years. So
I think it was like made in like the 60s, man. No, before that.
Before that, I think. No, you're right. You might be right.
I know. I think it was either that or something to do with like Nazis. I think it was like...
Everything's to do with the Nazis these days. I swear.
God damn. Yeah, so we've been going through... What a crazy time it is in the world, man.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy.
Ukraine's just been smashed with a couple of bombs.
I heard.
Not good.
No, not at all.
Yeah, dude, I read a story today on apparently Ukraine borders aren't... There's some serious racism going on. They're not letting black people through the borders in Ukraine. And like they're having, I think it's 20 degree under zero temperature and there's like babies just out in the cold.
It surprises me every time how humanity can just keeps going lower and lower when it comes to just being civilized.
It's brutal, man.
It's brutal. It's shocking that something like this can happen in 2022. I really thought that we'd just move into the Web3, and if we're going to have any issues, we'd just leave it to Web3. Like, if Putin has a problem, just send him an NFT saying that he owns goddamn Ukraine. Just send him an NFT. The homeboy wants it. Just send him an NFT.
Send him an NFT of the
Come
country.
on, man. Send him an
Dude,
NFT.
you own it in the metaverse. Come
It's yours,
on,
bro.
man.
It's yours. We don't need to have any
All
issues.
you got to do is put on your goggles. You don't need to send a bomb. It's fine.
It's 100%.
No, but yeah, that's some brutal stuff, man.
It is. And I don't know too much about it.
All my well wishes for the Ukraine.
Absolutely, yeah.
100%. My brother's fiance lives there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's been quite ill recently, and apparently I think she's with her parents. I'm not too detailed on it, but they're hiding in the basement in Kiev's hospital.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a petition going around right now for the government of Ukraine to cut off flights of the airspace over the Ukraine, and I'm sure that we can link the petition. I think they need 1 million signatures or something like that to stop all flights over the top of the Ukraine, hopefully stopping bombs from being dropped over there.
And that's going to stop with the petition?
Well, that's going to put, I think, dude, I don't know the details
That's the
of it.
thing. I never understood this petition thing.
Well, a petition basically gives you complete insertion directly for passing bills faster.
Okay, right.
Inside of government. Within Australia, I'm pretty sure we've tried to push petitions to opening up the borders, and they haven't even blinked an eye at them.
Oh, yeah.
What are you to do? As of today, actually, we are locked in again.
No way.
Yeah, so they just implemented stage 2 of, it was level 2 of the lockout, because we've had record cases today of COVID, the Omicron variant. And now, yeah, there's like a capacity limit of public venues, 500 people, private venues, private parties are now 50 people with a 2-meter range per person.
Yep.
And we aren't opening the borders.
Wow.
And this is all on the 3rd of March, it starts. And they were supposed to open the borders on the 5th of March.
Man, I'm not even leaving for a long time, bro.
Why?
Well, first of all, I'm not even vaccinated. Straight off the bat.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I definitely can't. That's me. I'm not even vaccinated, and I have no issue with that. I've kind of decided what I want to do with my life and how I want to play my decisions if everything's restricted for my liking. And I'm more than fine, man. I'll stay home. I'll do my little walks in the park.
Have you had the virus?
No, I haven't.
No?
Nah, this body's too strong for that, bro. It's too good for that.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get it, man.
Oh, yeah. That's dope.
Yeah. Because then you get the antibodies and you can work. Or you're working anyway, right? In terms of having an income and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Well, I mean, I had to quit my last year. When I was doing music as well, I had a 9 to 5. Well, not really a 9 to 5. It was like a casual job.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing hospitality work. Obviously, I can't do that anymore. That's out the window.
Yeah.
Put it to a side. And it was a blessing because more opportunities for music came along. NFT came along. The crypto market. This is just a perfect opportunity for me to take advantage and see where it goes.
Yeah. Cool. I want to talk to you a bit about the music that you put out with an artist, a Perth artist, Reggie Fly, yes. Reggie Fly. Where'd that guy come from? Because that dude's talented, man. And the stuff that you guys did together recently, man, I had that banging in the car for a while.
Oh man, he's good.
He's really good.
I've been blessed enough in this life to come across certain individuals, such as yourself, Raj, and Reggie, for speaking on him. I'm trying to find the words to describe what we're doing right now. It's hard because I'm in it. I think the moment when it kind of finishes and you can look at it from a third perspective, then I could speak more on it. What I could say at the moment is what he's doing is phenomenal. Very talented, has a lot of potential. That's my brother. We're going to be doing a lot of music. We're going to be doing a lot of business ventures. I just, I wish the best for him. All blessings, all love. Let's make it happen.
Fuck yeah. Shout out Reggie.
Shout out Reggie, bro.
And keep making those bangers, bro.
Oh, I got him, man. Don't even trip.
God damn. Have you guys got more in the bank?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Can
this
you
year,
touch on anything?
I can reveal the fact that we will be working on the next sequel, the next sort of phase.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it will be an EP, album, singles, we're not exactly sure. But
Right.
we are working. We're in the studio now.
Yeah.
We've started. And, just put the hat down and just get it cracking, man.
Dude. Well, man, look, I want to say thank you for coming in, bro. It's been an interesting chat to, like get a little bit of an understanding of like where you're going, what you've been doing, how you got here. And I wish you the best, man.
Thank you for having me. Let's make a few shout outs before I go.
Yeah. Go for it.
I want to shout out whoever's up there. I don't know who the hell it is. Whoever's up there is looking out for me. We've been going through a lot of ups and downs, looking out for me, looking out for a lot of people around me as well. I want to shout out Real Ones. I want to shout out HSB. I want to shout out Doe Related. I want to shout out IMC Nation. These are all my brothers. They've helped me a lot. And man, we're just getting started. We're just getting started.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you, brother.
Love it. Awesome.
Some other things, heart is hollow. If you play around, even I don't.